This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
In today's Compliance Tip of the Day, we explain why you need to go social in learning. Social learning refers to learning from others, with each other, about each other, to each other, through inbound and outbound collaborations. One prominent perspective of the social constructive theory of development was developed back in the 19th century by Lev Vygotsky. He argued that people learn a lot through cultural interaction and osmosis. For instance, we learn our native language by being around people, listening, and eventually participating in the conversation. The social process is also crucial for learning social norms, ethical values, and interpersonal skills. Another theory is also called vicarious learning, which emphasizes that much learning consists of observing and emulating others. This introduces the concept of self-efficacy, which is our confidence in our ability to produce desired outcomes. For ethical behavior, this means having the confidence in our ability to speak up about concerns. There are two social sources that promote self-efficacy: vicarious mastery experiences, or observing others succeed, and social persuasion or encouragement from others. This type of learning moves from a formal training and communication to underpinning an organization's entire culture. Here, there are two key insights. First, much can be learned about ethics in social contexts. Creating social contexts where ethical behavior is practiced allows for profound learning. For example, team leaders could incorporate ethics discussions into regular meetings, similar to safety moments in safety management. This practice encourages continuous ethical reflection and dialogue. Second, much of today's ethics training is a solitary affair, often involving interaction only with a computer screen. However, some vital ethical skills can only be learned in social settings. These include social, emotional, and interpersonal skills such as handling difficult conversations, resolving conflicts, and shouting out or speaking up, about concerns. These learning skills through interaction are more effective than simple solitary study. Companies have been successful in raising safety awareness through social learning. My suggestion is that you do the same with compliance. You can have a compliance moment before each meeting, before a weekly meeting, before a quarterly meeting. Anything to raise the engagement and awareness would be a good thing going forward. This month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The Compliance Tip of the Day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.